welcome in everybody. We are here in our first best of 3, best of 5 of the day. God, I'm gonna have to... I broke the best of 5 naming in my head on Thursday, and now I gotta get it back here on Saturday. But 3 best of 5s for all of you. We are here in map number 1 of this best of 5 series, as we have Temu, Exodia on the right side with first pick, first ban. And on the left side, it's going to be Gaflo's Gossip Girls, which will be having map choice of Infernal Shrines. It is the Meta Madness. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, Brian. I'm so sorry to hear that, bud. We do have Meta Madness style of draft. The heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. There is also a bounty system. You get a full credit of the bounty, you get a bounty ticket, sorry, if you go for a bounty, like playing Kel'Thuzad and winning with it. If you attempt a bounty and fail, you get half a ticket. You can repeat that bounty and try and get the other half of the ticket as a victory. And I believe so. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then there's specific heroes that you have to pick and win with. You have also... heroes with specific talents like Nidus Network Cigar, and then you also have team compositions of like triple healer, no healer, and the dragon composition, which utilizes a bunch of dragon aspects like Sindragosa from Arthas and Dragonblade Genji. But bans don't carry over. We could see Hogger, Maiev, Chromie, or Garrosh later on. Johanna will be the first pick for the side of Temu Exodia. He's gonna have a low-fat prescription diet for the rest of his life. That poor guy is not gonna get any of my pizza when I come to visit. Oh man, he's just gonna have to sit there and beg.
With honor, redemption.
Blaze Hanzo will be the start out for the Gaflo Gossip Girls, but I'm glad he has, like, you know, a good direction to at least help with it though, Brian. I'm glad to hear that though. He's a little stinker, but I'm glad there's a good avenue for sustaining his health and stuff. Johanna, Junkrat. Do we go into your healer here? Just pick up a solid... Oh. Okay, I was thinking actually like Rhaegar possibly, just to get a cleanse and stuff out the gate. Nice chain heals, burst healing with the Ancestral, but it will be the Dahaka. Both teams are going to be needing a healer. Main tank also needed for the side of Gaflo's Gossip Girls. So we could see healer bans coming out from both sides. I don't know if there's like another assassin they want to get rid of, unless maybe they want to get rid of Genji. Gaflo Gossip Girls could be leading into a Genji ban possibly. I'll get rid of Falstad though, get rid of the double global. Falstad on this map is not too bad. Stack generation's pretty quick. Assumed to be auto attack build. There's only like one map where I see Q build, and that's actually Battlefield of Eternity, the map where you'd think you'd actually see the auto attack build for Falstad, but with the grouping up of enemies, Q build kind of makes sense on Battlefield of Eternity. Ban-wise on the left side, though, or from the right side. Maybe... Oh! Diablo, interesting. So... I mean, Apocalypse, Dragon's Arrow's a thing. Blaze Jet Propulsion also set up is not too bad. Lightning Breath is just solid on the map as well. I could see a variant with Shatter Throw and Taunt. I actually think those could be really good, though. Taunt into Junkrat could be a little bit of a nuisance, especially with Dirty Trickster level 7.
Oh, this is my jam!
Murden Lucio with a Hanzo Blaze. No bounties have been attempted with these drafts yet. Let's see what Temu Exodia are going to try and pick up at the last 2 picks. I mean, I could see a Genji and an Anduin last pick. I could absolutely see those. The Light Bomb would be pretty nice. Granted, High 5 Lucio might mitigate that easily. If you're cooldown counting, it's not going to be a problem whatsoever.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Wow.
I heed the voice of Elune.
I was not expecting a Tyrande in map 1, but I like it. Sylvanas is good sustained damage, mobility. And that, I believe, is a bounty for Gaflo's Gossip Girls with the Probius last pick. All right, well, get your gambles in. Here we go, map number 1 of our first of 3 best of 5s of the day. Good odds out the gate. A lot of Gaflo Gossip Girl believers.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
You knew they had picked that? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you tell me ahead of time? On the left-hand side, it's Gaflo Gossip Girls with Banana, Banana on the Lucio, Gaflo on the Blaze, Ixer's Probius, Nano, Hanzo, and Serdath Muradin. Right side is Temu Exodia with your Theoden, Johanna, the Evils Dahaka, Sirenny Junkrat, Sniper Tyrande, and Athletic Bird on the
10
Sylvanas.
seconds.
Take a look here and see, will our first Sentinel hit?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To arms.
Sentinel? Sniper? There it is. Ooh, no first Sentinel hits. GG. Muradin Stormbolt out from the bush into Theoden immediately. And that is just going to be a couple early game stacks from Muradin baseline. Up to 4 on his Gathering Storm. Sorry, Perfect Storm. It's hammer time, so I'm still waking up on talents. Apologies. I was like, that's not right. But it's hammer time at 7 stacks already. 45 needed for the first milestone of that Piercing Stormbolt on the first target, as well as a 0.5 second cooldown per auto attack. Dahaka landing a drag into Banana Lucio, who's going to get a little bit of harassment onto the Evil in the rotation, allowing Blaze to get a wave and pushing this into the fort gate, which is going to get a minute amount of siege, but no lost experience. As it is a Celerando Lucio, looking at a Adrenaline Stim Pack. You do have your Warp Resonance for the Probius. Target practice Hanzo and Dwarf Block Muradin as Unrelenting Torment gets picked up by Sylvanas. Muradin Dwarf tossing in, trying to pressure into the Tyrande here. A Concussion Mine from Sirenny will block them, and Serdath will be launched back. Moonlit Arrows, extra Wound Timers, an Enhanced Agility Dahaka, and Zealous Glare Johanna. Muradin stacking early on, not too bad. Missing the Stormbolt, Thunderclap goes down. Dahaka brush talking in, Steel Trap is in the bush, Probius sets up a Photon Cannon. And this will be no camp contest, really. I thought Muradin was going to go back in, but he decides not. All right. Lunar Blaze with the Tyrande at one of the 10 stacks with a 30% range increase. 20 stacks will get you a Piercing Sentinel, and 40 gets you the old Shooting Star level 20. And then Sylvanas is actually doing pretty good as well, up to 54 stacks of the 250, which will increase the Black Arrow percent damage from 15 to 50. At 400, you get that healing aspect, doubled against enemy heroes, baseline at the 25%, obviously. 50% when against enemy heroes, that's going to be Sniper, throwing down the Lunar Flare, but the Stormbolt lands, the Concussion Mine from Junkrat doesn't get the displacement they're hoping for. Sniper does not make the disengage happen, and that'll be first blood over the side of Gaflo. Gossip Girls, good dive onto the Tyrande. This will be Fort Gate lost in bottom lane, and that is where the first Punisher is going to be. So Gaflo Gossip Girls may prioritize the first objective just to make sure that they get some counter siege onto the enemy in that lane. Speaking of siege, we'll see Fallen Shaman's grabbed on the left-hand side. Looks like our Dahaka Junkrat heads to the right side. Little bush tap there from the Dahaka. Activates his Dark Swarm as he gets into camp. Probius will get one more wave of top, I'm assuming. Yep. Warp Rifts get some decent damage. Looks like the melee minion wave is still mostly there, but Probius gets the vast majority of the minions. Will rotate out, possibly a little bit more poke into mid lane Fort Gate, but I think it's going to be the setup and priority for the objective. Uh-oh, Sniper. Sonic Arrow goes out. Push off from Lucio for the slow. Sniper trying to back away. A sound wave from Lucio as well to push Dahaka to the side. As Gaflo tries to live here, but will be taken down. Theoden! Oh my god, the healing from the Tyrande on point. I thought there would be a trade. Blaze for Johanna. Hanzo target practice has been completed at 3 minute 37. 23 to 15 in defenders. Explosive Air was a level 4 pickup for the Hanzo for a little extra clear onto the shrine. Trying to scatter onto a couple enemies as well. Drag from Dahaka lands. That's a kill onto Lucio. Temu Exodia, they're rising in these defenders, but Probius is trying to sneak the last 3 over the wall. Muradin steps in. He's going to Thunderclap down the ground as Shield Glare takes out the Probius on the left-hand side. Dahaka Drag is going to land on the Muradin, and he is not going to be picked off. He gets the Dwarf Toss, but it will be objective picked up by the side of Temu Exodia. Hostile
Yes.
24-hour race starts at 7. Have a good stream. Thanks for coming on by, bud. Best of luck in the 24-hour race. Don't forget to order some pizza or something to surprise Haley.
Red team has destroyed a
Like Mountain Mike's Pizza. God, that pizza place was so good. Alright. Fallen Shaman up top lane will be cleared away. And Gaflo Gossip Girls, they lose the fort. Temu Exodia. Starting out strong. 2-kill advantage. Slight experience lead. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers as this is going to be Sylvanas with the Haunting Wave of the Wall.
Such a feeble move.
Possession onto the wave as well. Sentinel goes out and connects onto Banana. What a start to this first best of 5. Alright, next Punisher's Mortar in the top lane, sub 8 minutes. Scatter going out as well. Hanzo's going to try and maneuver around some of these grenades. Gets a Stormbow into the enemy, as I mentioned. Already done with that target practice level 1. Blaze and Dahaka are just trading waves in top lane. Looks like a little bit of siege has been picked up on both fort gates. The oil slick goes down, and Gaflo heals back up to full from that. Muradin trying to get some more base stacks, but he's going to get pressured so heavily. Dwarf toss to the side, and will be taken down. The healing from Lucio is nowhere to be found in that moment. Hanzo, natural agility, able to back away. Is that a Rocket Ride Junkrat? Isolation, Starfall, Wailing Arrow, and Blessed Shield up against the Avatar, Dragon's Arrow, Pylon Overcharge, Bunker, and High Five Lucio. Sentinel goes out as well. Probius Warp Resonance almost done, by the way, and after hitting 16 enemy heroes, you get the additional Warp Rift. Already has the 120 additional damage. And we also have that level 7, the Rift Shock, hitting a Warp Rift with Disruption Pulse within 1 second of arming deals 171 damage over 3 seconds. And that Pylon Overcharge, by the way, an 80-second cooldown. For 8 seconds, increase the size of Pylon power fields, allowing them to attack enemy heroes within it for 148 damage per second. Pylons are invulnerable during the duration. Big Dragon's Arrow into a flanking Jet Propulsion. I thought the Starfall was going to be good, but it's going to be a triple kill for Gaflo Gossip Girls here in mid lane. What an explosive moment right there as we catch the engagement of that Dragon's Arrow. My God, I'm watching back the preview on my stream, and God, that Dragon's Arrow was beautiful. 200 stacks for the Sylvanas, by the way, as Banana looks to step up a little bit. Darkswarm from Dahaka, burrows, has the Lurker Strain, looks for a Dragon, and Nano misses it. Muradin rounds the corner with a Stormbolt, and will be able to get a couple more stacks on that baseline, up to 42 of that 45, as I mentioned at the beginning. Blaze will be heading into mid lane once again. I think he might double soak while the allies work on objective. But with the multiple kills in mid lane just now, this is experience pretty much equal between the two teams. And I would anticipate objective to go to the left-hand side. Muradin, I think he oh no, maybe he didn't see it.
Choose a talent.
Serdath uses and an announcer. Meanwhile, mid lane though, Sylvanas can activate Haunting Arrows. Muradin sees the Steel Trap, throws down the Thunderclap, Stormbolt lands, Lunar Flare answers, Steel Trap is going to be mitigated by the High Five of Lucio as the Wailing Arrow did go out, Avatar is utilized, Muradin was marked with a Huntress mark as well, big Stormbolt piercing onto the second target of Jahan, the Blessed Shield will miss, but the Condemn lands, rocket right onto Banana who's unable to push off, and that is going to be a kill into Lucio, 13.25 to 13.5, I'd say. As this Punisher in top lane, it's going to get some siege, but I really don't know if it's going to take down the fort. Johanna pulls. Punisher. Orders are going to be firing out. Blaze stealing a camp from mid lane on the aggressive side. Dahaka soaking bottom. Hanzo will clear out that wave. Muradin Dwarf toss the side. The Huntress mark applied. Punisher jumps over. And we're looking at our next Punisher at 12 minutes, 15 seconds. back into the talents if you are curious about these 13s. I just wanted to show that experience breakdown for a moment there because we did have some shifting back and forth. Big thing to note on level 13 is going to be those heavy casters for the Lucio. Collision course expected. Shield battery for the Probius, by the way. The pylon power field grants allied heroes 49 shield per second up to 194. Shields persist for 2 seconds after exiting the power field. No Thunder Burn level 4 for the Muradin, by the way. He went reverb. But he is going to go Healing Static level 7. Usually we see that Thunder Burn, Second Clap, and Healing Static are good combo together. Also, Thunder Burn is often the priority because Thunderclap baseline has a slow on it, slows onto enemy heroes, and auto-attacking slowed enemy heroes allow you to get those singular stacks. So having the secondary Thunderclap activation is really nice.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Good jet propulsion, bunker. No, the bunker is going to expire and the rocket ride comes through. Muradin and Lucio will be taken down. Temu Exodia with the double kill in mid lane. Nicely done. Freaky, thank you for the tier 1 for 57 months, nearly 5 years of support. How time has gone by so quickly. Thank you so very much for the resub and the support to the channel. Appreciate you, bud.
Such a feeble mind.
Well, 100 stacks needed for Muradin to be able to get that 100% width increase and 50% range increase. Also the piercing all targets. I've only seen it once at this level of play. But, I mean, we're, what, 11 minutes, 60 stacks? It's doable. Rocket Ride OP. You know what? Yeah. Absolutely. Piercing arrow level 16 for the Hanzo. Elongated tongue for the Haka as well. Evasive fire on your Sylvanas with their remorseless level 13. Spread volley for the Junkrat. Just a few notable things. Here's the Dragon's Arrow lands, the Avatar for Muradin. That will be Hanzo taking down the Tyrande. Drag from Dahaka lands on the isolated Muradin. He dwarf tosses to the side, throws back the Stormbolt. Sylvanas will be taken down. And now Hanzo looking for the angle on this Serenity, but Nano just can't get the kill as the spread volley grenades all fire out. And as I mentioned, 12 minute, 15 about for that next objective. So we have the announcement all ready to go, and Gaflo Gossip Girls fight back with a double kill. Maybe more over here in the top lane. Stormbolt into the Johanna. Scatter angle's pretty good. Iron Skin active. Lucio with a little bit of harassment. Concussion Mine gets no displacement. Lucio, does he have a push-off? He has a Sound Wave. Condemned from Johanna into the sub. Done! But she'll be taken down. I was gonna say, is this camp gonna be stolen? I feel like they've got the available pressure and funds, if you will, to be able to do this. They got Blaze around the objective. He grabbed a camp for mid lane. That's already pushing. Concussion Mine will blast back Burden for a moment. Spread Volley's gonna get some damage out. And Chatter and Teeth land onto the Shaman as Probius with a minion wave. Photon Cannon in hand. This is going to be a top lane fort possibly taken down, and mid lane Impaler cleared away. And bottom objective slowly but surely being worked on by Gaflo. Top lane Keep Gate, it's going to be weakened, but the Shaman is going to be targeted by these tower shots, so no big deal. And as a Sentinel gets vision of Blaze grabbing this camp, and it's a setup for defense. Probius Big is wild. At this level of play, Probius honestly is pretty viable. Like, even though it's a bounty and stuff, I was a little surprised to see Probius on the bounty list because a lot of players at this level of play can really make Probius work. It's very niche for sure, but it's kind of, you know, like Asmod NC's play at this level here and there on like Tomb of the Spider Queen. So let's see what happens with this Arcane Punisher. The bottom lane fort has already been taken down. Dahaka's trying to sow top lane. A level lead is formed between the two sides. 19 to 18 and a quarter about for Gaflo Gossip Girls in the lead. They get the bottom lane Keep Gate, and the next Punisher's at 17 minutes, 2 seconds. Tyrande has that Lunar Blaze at 10 stacks, so she has that 30% range. Sylvanas does have over 250 stacks at 272. And that'll allow her to have that 50% damage on the Black Arrows as well. Enhanced Agility at 9 stacks. Feeding Frenzy still full. They're going to maybe try and collapse onto Dahaka. He has that enhanced agility. Stormbolt lands. Jet Propulsion misses because of the burrow. Drag, unfortunately, will not land. Bunker forced out by Blazes. Lunar Flare does connect onto him for the 11th stack. And 86 stacks from Muradin, by the way, as the mid lane fort is nearly taken down by this Archer wave. Spear unit wave? Archer, sure, whatever. Ranged minion. Music has shifted, and we are into level 20s. Mixing fire. You're going to see the Probius loop whenever a Rift explosion hits one or more enemy hero, creating a new warp in the same location. Quantum Entanglement, by the way, at level 16 enemies continue to be slowed for 3 seconds after the last contact with Warp Rift, as that is going to be a Dragon's Arrow to follow up Muradin's Avatar and Pressure, but he'll be taken down. Junkrat traded. The Concussion Mine pushing Muradin a little too far away, and I thought he might be able to break out after that Dragon's Arrow lands, but drag from Dahaka, Mrs. Pylon overcharge from the Probius as well, going to be focusing on Teoden. Mid lane keep gate is being weakened, and as I mentioned, this is where the next Punisher is going to be at that 17-minute mark. Mixing fire onto Teoden, minus 50 healing for, or minus 50% healing for 3 seconds during that. Also, a little bit of damage in there. You know, Freaky, I said it, and I was like in my brain kind of giggling because I was like, photon cannon in hand. That doesn't make sense. Probius doesn't have hands. How could he have it in hand? Anyways, it's early. Mountain King, by the way, for the Muradin Bullseye as well, and that fortified bunker. You have that Alun's Wrath for the Tyrande. She did not go for the Hunter's Fury or the Ranger's Mark at 7 and 13, which is often synergized with the Alun's Wrath level 20, but it still is really strong either way. You also have the Withering Barrage, sorry, for Sylvanas at level 20. Junkrat Cannonballs, Contagion, and Radiating Faith. But let's go ahead and pull away the talents here, and let's take a look at this next objective. Could be a win condition. Gaflo, Gossip Girls. Yeah, the pylons, increase the pylon power field, allowing them to attack enemy heroes for 219. A cannon in hand is worth 2 in the bush. Frozen Punishers ready to go. Some cannonballs are thrown out by Junkrat. No spread volley trigger. As we have 5-5 in defenders. Fallen Shaman of top lane pushing up. There's a catapult also furthering that pressure against Temu Exodia. Dragon's Arrow lands mostly onto Johanna. Muradin activates Dwarf Avatar as he Dwarf tosses in. A few high fives from Lucio as the pylon overcharge is active, and that'll be Ixer still alive. Somehow the Rocket Ride does not take down the little Probius. As the evil is being chased by Muradin. A Stormbolt lands, the Jet Propulsion misses. Steel Trap into a drag. Blaze will be taken down. As we take a look at some of your damage stats. And that Fallen Shaman, remember, top lane. Looks like Junkrat and Doc will clear this out pretty quickly, but what siege value can be picked up here? 105 stacks for the Muradin. 55 stacks needed for that 160 for its hammer time. Punisher jumps over. Sylvanas Haunting Wave able to get that self-cleanse. Muradin Stormbolt missing. Punisher now going to focus on the keep. Gaflo Gossip Girls looking to take down the structure, but will they go in further? Because Muradin's so low, the Sentinel does hit, but there's no Sentinel talents to further the damage onto Muradin. Alright. Punisher will be taken down, and we're looking at the next Punisher, fourth one at, what is that, like 2140-ish? Like 2135, I think, actually. So a little after 21 minutes in game time, we'll have the announcement is basically what we got. Bottom lane wave will be cleared out, but where is the next Punisher? Top or bottom? Probius and a few friends will make quick work of this Impaler camp. Sentinel gets the scout onto Banana. And his bottom lane Punisher for that Mortar Punisher. Let's see, Keep Gate has been taken down. Keep Gate is damaged a little bit. Honestly, it could be a win for either side with this next objective. I really could see it going either way. 9-9 in kills. The experience scaling is in favor of Temu Exodia, as they still have more structures available, so that's going to be passive experience gain is probably... Actually, it's not that much. Structure experience gain is very significant. But I thought that passive was going to be a little bit higher, as we do have a Dragons that are landing in the backline. The Bulls had a follow-up onto the Toronto. The pylon overcharge is going to be there as well. No takedowns just yet, as this is a push-off from Lucio, mixing fire into a couple enemies. That'll be Probius getting the double kill into the Sylvanas and Dahaka. Concussion Mine displacing the enemies, but Teoden will still be taken down. Serdath trying to chase in faster. High fives from Lucio with his movement speed augment. Muradin is going to be stunned by the Lunar Flare from the Tyrande. And 118 stacks sit for the Muradin. Is this a call for core? It does seem like they want to, but some of these health bars are a little bit low, specifically Lucio. Got 5 members on core. Shielding is breaking. Tyrande, Junkrat, the defenders for the next 20 seconds on average, as the Rocket Ride will be utilized, but it hits onto... Actually, it does catch the ankle of Hanzo. Word is dropping, though, in health. Is there going to be defendable damage? Nah, this is looking like we do have your map number 1 going over to the side of Gaflo. Gossip Girls, GG, well played. A wobbly start, but a very strong ending. Nice. Thank you all for your patience between games, and we are now back with map number 2. We're going into Dragonshire. This is going to be the map choice of Gaflo Gossip Girls, as Temu Exodia opted in for first pick priority. So the 10 heroes that we saw on map number 1 will not be playable, draftable, or bannable, but the Chromie remains permabanned. Chromie has drawn a lot of bans from a lot of teams. I mean, her base kit is really strong. Her heroics are really strong. Her unraveling level 20, in my opinion, is needs to get nerfed. It has needed to get nerfed for a long time. I'm just surprised that it still is where it sits. Exactly. You need something simple. Or you could have, like, 2 different things. You could have something a little bit more advanced and something a little bit more simple as well. You know, you could have, like, Mario Kart World versus, you know, Mario Kart 64 or something. Granted, I think a lot of people would probably rather play Mario Kart 64 over Mario Kart World. I have not heard the best things about Mario Kart World. I bought a Switch too, and I don't think I'll buy Mario Kart World anytime soon. Maev and Chromie, though, will be banned away. And is this going to be... This was, I think, a Garrosh last map. No. What was this? No, I think it was Garrosh, yeah. But either way, we do have Maev, and is it going to be a Hogger ban? Rexar was removed. Don't want to deal with Rexar in the solo lane, it seems. It still has a lot available for the solo. Yrel really comes to mind. Samuro's not bad on this map. But what do we get for this last ban here? Did they get rid of the Hogger? That'll be Garrosh, okay. Yeah, the one thing that I was always thinking of was Nidhogg. Nidhogg is very, very straightforward. It is basically a sword fighting duel game, and it's like a tug of war. It's really fun actually, and it has like an in-game tournament system too. Falstad is going to be first picked on the right-hand side. Not too bad of a start. You get the global, you get good wave clear. The assumption is auto build. I could definitely see this be Q build. There's the Hogger pickup, as I was expecting someone to go for it. Brightwing will be grabbed with that, so there's actually another global as well. What do you want to do with the Falstad? You got a Gust, possibly a Hinterlands. Hinterlands Blast is a bounty. Do you grab your solo early into the Hogger?
Reckoning is will not be denied.
Tyrael, Gul'dan, Falstad. Good wave clear. Sustained fight is not too bad. Mobility is nice with Tyrael's Smite. Swift Retribution could be faster mobility. Maybe attack speed buff for auto attack. Falstad if he goes that direction. Mid-ban phase, though, I feel like it's going to be some sort of Tyrael Gul'dan, and then we are in the mid-ban phase, if I'm not mistaken. Right as we got into, I think it was like literally right as we got into the mid-ban phase. Alright, so we are where we left off. Oh yeah, get your gambles in, because we had a technical delay. Get your gambles in. Good call, Ashmantle. Yeah, you are, there's no way for me to, like, push the gamble out further. Oh, nice, Freaky, nice. That does sound very important, actually. Yeah, hopefully you guys are surviving the heat wave out there. We are getting into our heat wave. It is actually getting pretty hot for us. We have 2 days of 20 Celsius, or 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it starts ramping up for us. Ramping up quite significantly. Alright, Yrel and Genji were banned away, so at least we got into and through the mid-ban phase. Take a look here and see what we have for Brightwing and Hogger. And as I said, you have less than a minute because we do have a delay on stream, so what you see on stream is not going to correlate to the actual Twitch prediction time. So you may have to blind gamble here, or gamble off of what you saw on map number 1. As it is next 2 picks with the Hogger Brightwing.
Chaos comes.
Beautiful. Falstad does have a percent-based damage at level 13, which could be a bit of a nuisance for Cho'Gall. What do we see, though, with this Falstad Tyrael Gul'dan? As I said, Ariel's not a bad pickup. With the Gul'dan, she can build up a lot of energy. Detainment Strike is great up against the Cho'Gall. You also have Crystal Aegis to maybe mitigate some burst onto a single target. And they'll see a Chen as well. Alright. Last pick with the Cho'Gall Hogger Brightwing. You need some damage. Need damage into the enemy team. I don't hate a Tychus or a Greymane. Raynor could work. I feel like some sort of auto attacker, maybe even like a Cassia, like Valkyrie maybe. I like the Thrall. The brawliness of Thrall is a great factor here because he does blend between sort of melee, assassin, and bruiser. He kind of blends between those two roles really well. I think this is a solid draft for Gaflo Gossip Girls. Here we go, everybody. Gall the only ranged. Brightwing has range. Thrall has Chain Lightning, you know? Copium. Left-hand side of the map is going to be the members of Gaflo Gossip Girls up in this best of 5 series. Here on Dragonshire with the Banana Gall, Gaflo Cho, Ixer Brightwing, Nano Thrall, and Serdath Hogger. Right side is Temu Exodia with your Serenite, Falstad, Theoden, Tyrael, Athletic Bird, Gul'dan, Sniper, Ariel, and the evil is Chen. By the way, Nano,
10 seconds.
Is it Nano? Hold on, I'm double checking this. No, Ixer. Ixer is currently subbing in for Simply DK today. I don't know why, but I can tell you that much. Accumulating Flame,
Unleash the dragon's
your Righteous Assault for the Ariel. He's going to reduce the Sacred Sweep cooldown by 3 seconds for each enemy hero hit by the center. Maybe see Converging Force or Blinding Flash at 13. Could be Majestic Span at level 4 as well, or Repeated Defense. I could see either or. Pursuit of Flame Gul'dan, 5 of the 30 stacks already. Ardent Restoration and Falstad will be picking up that auto attack build with the Frequent Flyer. The Eye of Kilrog for the We See You on Gall. Callous Tide for the Cho. Echo the Elements for Nano on the Prowl Hogger, and Greater Polymorph for the Brightwing. Echo the Elements had some changes a little bit ago. If you are curious, we can take a look here really quickly as we have a little bit of a contest in top lane. 20 enemies will still have the mana reduction from 40 to 20. At 50, you gain the additional charge, no longer having additional bounce. That was shifted over to the level 7 Rolling Thunder, which hasn't really been the new priority. We still see Ancestral Wrath quite often. Falstad does fly in over here in this left side camp, which is going to be stolen away, but he will be taken down. camp invaded and hero lost. What's the trade on experience? The mercenary actually is going to net more experience than the heroic kills you can see right there. 355 to 450, but we do see the Brightwing taken down in mid lane. Actually, we don't. But the Thrall, by the way, is going to be having those 50 Chain Lightning stacks for that additional charge. And then at the 125, you have the Mythic, so the Chain Lightning now strikes the same target multiple times and has one additional bounce per target. And Gul'dan already up to 17 stacks. Hogger with a vertical bounce for this left side Bruiser or Siege Giant camp. Gul'dan working it right, Nano kind of anchoring for Serdath a little bit. I mean, yeah, but come on, yeah, we're so. I'm waking up, so my jokes are a little bit faster, I guess you could say. By the way, wow, 12 stacks already for the accumulating flame. That's actually kind of wild because it's not counting each 0.25. Those are full like damage stacks. So technically, you multiply that 12 by that's technically 48 stacks already. Volstad low gets a quick heal from the Ariel. Gul'dan looking for Fel Flames into this Cho'Gall. Theoden is going to get Polymorph. The Fel Flames from Gul'dan continue to fire out. 27. I was going to say, if he hits 3 with the singular cast, he's got it completed, and he absolutely will. Chen will be able to get the Dragon Knight mid lane, so that's going to be Tyrael trying to take down the Brightwing after Hogger does fall. And the composition and draft of Gaflo's Gossip Girl is just not really working out here in map number 2 at the start. We all know Cho'Gall is quite the monster at level 16. And Brightwing going into the synergy that I talk about so often, and I'm so glad we have this because now we can actually talk about this. Because the greater Polymorph obviously gives you more range, but if you hit the enemy hero with the center of the Arcane Flare, while they're polymorphed, within 2 seconds of being polymorphed, you reduce the cooldown by 7 seconds. Why is this cool? Because at level 4, if you go into Dream Shot, you have a 60% range increase, and if you hit the center of the Arcane Flare on an enemy hero, you reduce the cooldown of Arcane Flare to 2 seconds. Not by, 2 seconds. So you have more spam ability. Landing Arcane Flares also means that you also get your trait to trigger on those Arcane Flare center hits, too. Dream Shot is, in my opinion, a really big pickup against things like Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer, Chen, who wants to stand still. The greater Polymorph is going to be able to have this. Now, I'm curious if we're going to get the Sticky Flare at level 7, or if it's going to be your Unstable Anomaly. We could even see just Critical Miss as well. Soothing Miss level 4 and Critical Miss have great synergies together with the cooldown reduction, range increase at level 4, and then obviously getting your activation with Critical Miss for the heal factor. On top of also that extra heal, I believe, with the cleansing, right? So it heals, and then you have the increased healing if it removes a disabling effect on the ally. Critical Miss, I definitely can see this still being, viable. The magic spit with it is really nice synergy, but all in all, that level 1 and level 4 is really, really cool. And there's a possibility we see Hush later on. It is really hard to pass up Critterize at level 16 for Hush. But if you're landing a lot of Arcane Flares, I could definitely see it. Without the Sticky Flare, probably not, but we'll keep an eye on that level 16. I do want to talk about Nano, though. He is going to be going into that Rolling Thunder at level 7, which is, ever since this got the change of getting the Chain Lightning bounce additional time, I was thinking Rolling Thunder with Echo the Elements would become the more popular talent. Maybe players didn't realize that change came through. Things like this do happen, where players are just stuck on one build. We get it changed, and they're like, oh, I guess I should maybe start taking that other talent, but Ancestral Wrath is really strong, don't get me wrong, but I think Rolling Thunder has got so much viability, even just on the base values of it. For 8 seconds after hitting an enemy hero, when Chain Lightning Throw next base attack against them grants a stack of Frostworm Resilience. If the target is an enemy hero, then he also deals damage equal to 3% of their maximum health and heals Thrall for the same amount. That's why I really like this Rolling Thunder level 7 with that extra bounce with the Echo the Elements. But that's my whole spiel about talents. Let's talk about heroics. We do have Hinterlands, Horrify, Judgment Wandering Keg, as well as the Resurrection for the Ariel, Twisting Nether, Twilight Hammer, Blink Heal Sundering, and Shockwave for your Thrall, as we do have Wind Fury active. Bottom lane camp is pushing onto this fort. A bounce lands Hogger in a rough spot. As a few more Fell Flames fly out from Gul'dan. Shogal looks to push top lane with this Bruiser camp. I apologize, I did not think Thrall was going to be taken down in bottom lane, but he will be picked up as this Tyrael's trying to chase on the Brightwing, and even with the tower shots around, Brightwing will fall. Gul'dan damage on point this game, as we do have 5-2 in kills. Shogal resetting through top. Another Dragonite's available here in bottom, top. Moon and Sunshine, sorry, will be grabbed. Falstad checks bush with a hammering, but this is going to be an easy channel for Serenity.
I tried to save this realm.
Second Dragonite,
Burns.
level lead to Temu Exodia, and they'll take down the mid lane fort.
Red team has destroyed.
Is there a kill in the nano? The Savage Charge is going to be on Cho'Gall. That's the kick from the Dragonite. Shockwave from Hogger lands on the two enemies. Theoden gets polymorphed. Brightwing throws an Arcane Flare out, but will not be able to get any value from that. Minion Wave on the fort gate, Dragonite on the structure. So you're going to be seeing Brightwing landing Arcane Flare after Arcane Flare onto the Dragonite here. Polymorph goes out. Wait a minute. Athletic Bird is low and will be taken down. Twisting Nether from the Cho'Gall does have a slow on it. The Dragonite gets the Savage Charge. Twisted Nether will hit no enemy heroes. Surging Fist goes in. The Sundering from Thrall. Sniper is now trying to back away. Sniper will be taken down, and Tyrael makes it out alive. No resurrection onto Gul'dan. As Falstad is still trying to get away from Brightwing. Arcane Flare goes out. And Falstad throws down a W. Lightning Rod broken by Ixers. They back away. That's going to be a Twilight Hammer from the Cho'Gall. That's a beautiful Wandering Can to create space. Can Brightwing chase on to the Falstad? Uses a minion wave from the bottom lane. That is going to be an Arcane Flare kill. But what's the overkill? I got to see it. 50 overkill. I was going to say it can't be that much. Surging Fist looking to advance into the Siege Giant camp. Eye of Kilrog in the bush on the right-hand side. As we do have the Algerians might providing vision. Siege Giants cleared away. Oh no. Oh no. Gul'dan is going to be taken down. Cho'Gall with a quick rotation into mid. Hogger gets credit for the kill, though. The Brightwing, she's able to blink away. Thrall is going to win Fury. Feral Spirit misses. Cho'Gall, though, taken down by Falstad. Apologies, missing that on the side. I thought Cho'Gall was going to make it out. Resurrection to Gul'dan as Thrall uses Windrush to try and back away. He does not have an easy disengage path, but it doesn't look like Tyrael will be able to chase him further. And the third Dragonite is available. Chen has been stalled at his stacks at 25 for a little bit. He does have that range keg smash now. Flying kick onto Serdath as Sundering comes out from Thrall as well. They're going to focus onto the Falstad. Serenity tries to get away. The auto attack from Brightwing gets credit for the kill. The flying kick from Chen over the sidewall to try and back away. The polymorph from Brightwing should be available momentarily. There it is. Arcane Flare again. And it is going to be 8-7 in kills, favoring Gaflo Gossip Girls. Will they be able to get this next Dragonite? Cho'Gall rotates in the bottom. And if you're curious about experience, you can see where things have been made up. Where losses have been made up. Specifically, of course, is going to be that heroic nearly 3,000 difference. Thrall holds the Sunshrine. Cho'Gall on the Moonshine. We do have mid lane objective channelable, but Tyrael, Ariel, Gul'dan around to delay or defend. Top lane camp is going to be grabbed by Gaflo Gossip Girl. Sixer and Serdath finish out the rest of the minion wave in mid. Brightwing blinks over to Cho'Gall for a little bit of healing. Both teams about to hit level 16 in a moment. Big moment for Cho'Gall with that leaden orb. Headbanger for the Hogger for an 8% of the enemy hero's health as damage. Sorry, I was like holding my breath. I was thinking they were going to chase on a Cho'Gall or something. Thrall is going to be stepping up into this Chen. We do have Cho'Gall though hit with a Horrify. Brightwing pushed aside the Judgment from Tyrael. The Wandering Kick pushing Chen further away. Sundering from Thrall does not save the Brightwing positioning as Cho'Gall now tries to back away over to the allied side. A beautiful Shockwave into staggering blow. Sniper almost taken down. The Rune Bomb from Cho'Gall almost gets the kill, but now it's going to be Cho'Gall trying to back away. And a Lightning Rod of Falstad has the tickle damage to take down the two-headed trouble. 140 stacks for Falstad. He is 10 away from getting his extra 70 or extra 50 damage, so it'd be 70 auto attack damage. And then at the 300 or the 300 mark is where he'd be picking up that extra 125. Teoduin gets the channel. Three Dragonites over to the side of Temu Exodia, and this is, by the way, the map choice of Gaflo Gossip Girls. Temu Exodia is the losing side for map number 1, opted in for first pick priority. We got about a level and some change of a difference in experience. And that'll be a Savage Charge to kick Cho'Gall away. I'm just skimming. There's no Molten Block for the Cho'Gall, I just realized. Surging Fist in. Gafanana looking to poke out here, as this is going to be top lane fort taken down by the Chen. Savage Charge from the Dragonite tries to chase on Cho'Gall, but it's broken by the fort gate. Keep gate, though, taken down, excuse me. Thrall is done with Thunderstorm, but Echo of the Elements is really close to being finished. Echo of the Elements is a huge turning point as well. The amount of damage plus Thunderstorm and bounces, the wave clear, it is really, 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 really strong. And Thrall's 8 stacks away. Only Molten Block if they have last rights. If only there was like some sort of gigantic dragon that could displace you with a giant kick that you no longer get displaced, and then now there's a gap in which your team doesn't have a Cho'Gall. It'd be really nice to not have the Savage Charge constantly displace Cho'Gall, so that way you are not having your tank taken out of the engagement and you can continue working on the Dragonite health bar. Also, Judgment and Hinterlands. A lot of other values. There's tons of reasons for Molten Block on Cho'Gall. Arcane Flares coming out from your Brightwing, as we do have this Cho'Gall working on the left side camp. But Chen might look to steal this away. Judgment from Tiro goes onto the Thrall. He's going to get cleansed by the Brightwing Soothing Mist. No one's going to be on this point as Brightwing gets chunked. The Hinterlands Blast goes out from Cho'Gall. Sorry, the Hinterlands Blast goes into Cho'Gall. Only getting one hit. 30 seconds off that. Falstad with the epic mount level 20 tries to fly into top lane for more fighting, but realizes that's a 2v1 and immediately barrel rolls away. Thrall is max stacks on Thunderstorm as well as Echo the Elements. We do have that epic mount for Falstad. No Call of the Wild Hammer. Angel of Justice, Horrify, or Haunt for Gul'dan, sorry. Shield of Hope, and that'll be your Purifying Brew for the Chen. A Surging Fist into Twilight Hammer. The Horrify from Gul'dan is going to be pushing Thrall into the enemy team. And Thrall will be taken down.
And destroy your enemies.
Bottom lane keep going to be taken down. Hogger still working on a camp as the core is currently falling. Twisting Nether from Cho'Gall is active, but they cannot step into this. Core shielding is starting to drop. We have half a level to go for 20. Hogger has recalled back over with the allies. He did get the camp. The bounce is going to be back over to the allies. He runs through a lot of damage from that corruption, but it's going to be getting a Brightwing Blink heal. The core shielding is dropped. The HP is going down. Cho'Gall going with the Surging Fist. We do have the respawns coming through. Tyrael's trying to get the victory here. Teoden is going to get taken down. Tyrael trait. Are they going to go onto the core with that? It is going to be from 55 to 49 seconds. We do currently have a Chen on core, and he might just win it for the team, and he absolutely will. GG, well played. Gaflo Gossip Girls just can't get online fast enough. And that'll be a 1-1 score in our first best of 5 of the day. I just hear Cho'Gall aficionados tell me this. I just don't think everything in Heroes of the Storm is black and white. Like, it's... Oh, there's no last rights, no need for Molten Block. There are a menagerie of reasons to still take Molten Block. All right, ads are coming your way. Let's pay out the gamble and get ready for the next map. We'll find out where we're going to be heading to, as I already see the draft going in the lobby chat. Welcome back, everybody, into our Best of 5 series. First of 3 Best of 5s today. Left-hand side, it's going to be the members of Gaflo, Gossip Girls. Right side is Temu, Exodia. 1-1 score between these two teams, and we are going to roll on into Towers of Doom. This is going to be first pick over to the side of Temu, Exodia, as the losing side of Gaflo, Gossip Girls opted in for map pick priority, choosing Towers of Doom. All right. Yeah, Lilith would be great. Like some sort of Naga type character from like Warcraft or WoW would be cool. Yeah, I think there's so much that they could do instead of another man with gun. Maiev and Chromie are banned away, so pretty standard bans we've been seeing from these two teams. Last map, it was a Rexar ban in this number 2 slot. I don't think we're going to see a Rexar ban for Towers. I don't really think Rexar's super strong in a double soak. Things like Malthael, Zool are often prioritized for that double soak. Dahak has already been played. Could see a Diva, could see Urel as well. Both of those do have some good mobility tools to rotate a little bit faster. Illidan will be banned, and Stitch is banned. Illidan ban is interesting. Vikings, maybe? Gaflo, Gossip Girls might be looking for Vikings. Illidan on Vikings is a bit annoying for the Vikings. Zeratul is also another option, though, too, so we'll see. First pick, though, is going to be that Garrosh. Good control coming out from him. Groundbreaker poke, Indomitable to step up. Maybe we've been seeing a lot of Decimate lately, so we could see a Helicopter Garrosh game. What do we want for these two picks, though?
Let the games begin.
Balloon, grant us strength.
That is a first pick Medivh and Malfurion. Okay. Okay, I was not expecting that. Can't believe you're reducing Master Chief to man with gun, but he is man with gun. He has to pick up the sword, right? He has to pick up the rocket launcher, you know? He's just a man with a gun at the start. You know, Doom Guy is just man with gun.
Let the Inquisition commence.
Damn time.
Tychus, Whitemane, Garrosh. So more poke. Odin's pretty nice for this for Siege. Draken Laser Drill could see some play, but I don't know if they're going to go that direction. There are some teams and players that do prefer that Draken Laser Drill, but I don't know if Athletic Bird is that type of Tychus player. Mid-ban phase, though, probably a solo lane ban, I would assume here. Get rid of Urel, as I mentioned, good control, but also you have Divine Steed, Hand of Freedom mobility tools, Avenging Wrath as well. Let's see, ban with the Medivh, Malfurion, they got rid of Stitches. Is it like a portal aggressive dive? I could see, like, I could think, like, I was thinking it was going to be, like, a tank, like, maybe Diablo ban. I know everyone's like, oh, but you can't, you know, Garrosh into Diablo. You can absolutely play Diablo into Garrosh. You absolutely can. It's your playstyle is a little bit different, but you can absolutely pick it into them. Murden's been played. Anubrak is up, but Anubrak is, I mean, he does have another form of CC. You have Beetles as well. Siege and Wave Clear is, like, non-existent right now. Maybe a Nidus Network Zagara. Mal'Ganis as well. Night Rush is pretty nice for a setup. But what's your burst?
The cavalry's here.
Murky's a bounty. Murky's a bounty. Do a screenshot for Lauren. Hold on. There you go. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like, what did Hostile send me? Okay. Last pick into the Murky and stuff.
I stand ready.
like Temu Exodia has a pretty decent draft and a Murky. I just don't know if the Murky's really gonna get much value. I feel like it's double soak Zagara up against double soak Murky, and I feel like Zagara wins this, but let's get into the game and find out. There's a lot of bees in Warcraft. I remain that Blizzard, if they ever go back into full development of this game, we need Beekeeper Blaze because his outfit literally is perfect for that. And then we could get like Bumblebee Tracer. It'd be perfect. Or like Bumblebee Murky.
Yourself a battle, heroes.
Anyways, left-hand side is Gaflo's Gossip Girls. Get your gambles in. Thank you for hanging out with me, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Banana Malfurion, Gaflo Vala, Nano Medivh, Ixer Zagara, and Serdath Mal'Ganis. Right side is Temu Exodia with your Theoden Garrosh, Athletic Bird Tychus, the Evil Murky, Sniper Whitemane, and Serenity Tracer. Fishy
seconds.
Deal, Quarterback, Pity the Frail, Parting Gift, Creed of the Hunter,
5,
Portal
4,
Mastery, Emerald
3,
Dreams.
2, 1. Let the battle
What else are we
begin.
looking at for Garrosh, Zagara, and Mal'Ganis? Infest Zagara. Okay. Last I checked, this is broken on our side. No, I think it actually is correct. The tooltip in the past was broken when we would check it, so we'll check that a little bit later on. But Infest Zagara, Will of Chakandras for your Mal'Ganis, which is expected for him, pretty much the standard level 1 with Blind as a Bat level 16. Uh-oh. Whitemane's gonna be thrown to the side. He doesn't even have a gun to the start, if we're being honest. Oh, really? I didn't even know that. I was just making a joke, that's all. Tychus with a little bit of poke damage on the Gaflo. It is going to be the unrivaled strength for the Garrosh. The distance increase was reduced in the most recent patch from 20% to 15%. Garrosh also had a baseline reduction on that Wrecking Ball throw. I believe it went from 6.5 to 6. You can still do the combo without this level 1. I've tried it in multiple different angles and sides, and I've been able to land it. Some people have said you can't do it. I don't know. I tested it a bunch, and I had 0 issues, so I don't know. Skill diff, maybe? Who knows? Invade into this camp, though, is going to be successful for the time being. A few Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis coming through the Pulse Bomb from Tracer. Lands on Medivh. They portal and take down Tracer. First blood to the side of Gaflo's Gossip Girls. A Night Rush out from Mal'Ganis. This is going to be your Siege Camp stolen away. Both Siege Camps grabbed, and we still have 3 Sappers in bottom maneuvering in, but these Sappers from the right side will get the immediate charge. Garrosh tries to Groundbreaker to interrupt, doesn't work out. Sidewall and tower taken down. Gate takes most of the damage. One of the towers dropped, and Gaflo is going to start working through that. Groundbreaker landing once again as we get into level 4s for both teams. And Murky will go into that tougher fish as well for the spell armor on it, 50 spell armor. And also deals 50% more damage to slime targets. And Murky, by the way, he's going to be going to that fishy deal level 1. He needs 8 stacks per bribe, and he has a max of 32. Currently on 17 stacks, if you're wondering. A few auto attacks from Vala and the Theoden here trying to sustain that Creed of that hatred and get the Creed of the Hunter up. And he does get to the 50th stack. I do want to check the Zagara Infest and see if this tooltip is working for us. And yeah, that is working correctly. Cool, it's good to know. Envenom Spines, by the way, will be a level 4 pickup for the Zagara. And Murky goes right side. Will be delayed by Medivh. 14 stacks from Medivh. He's going to get hit with the Pulse Bomb. Mitigates the damage with the Force of Will. Sets up the portal. Raven Familiar, level 4 for him. Tracer recalls, but she's going to be right next to Zagara. She activates that Envenom Spine. And this is going to be a 4-shot advantage over to the side of Gaflo's Gossip Girls. The 40 Dream is dead. Ah, the Force of Will ends just before the tower shot lands, and that'll be Mal'Ganis taken down. What's the overkill? I just gotta see. 23. Vala might be able to take down Athletic Bird, but no kill onto Tychus. 7s are coming through on both sides. A little bit faster on the left. Slippery when wet for the Murky. The 50% movement speed. And safety bubble cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds as well. Callie!
Yes.
Congratulations on your 155 watch streak. It's big. Groundbreaker onto Malfurion. He's going to be displaced by the Wrecking Ball. Portal set up. Force of Will. And now Mal'Ganis jumps through the portal. This is what I was talking about early in the draft. I was like, okay, if we're getting a 1-2 pickup on Medivh and Malfurion, this has got to be some sort of step up, and I love the Mal'Ganis pickup here. Pulse Bomb, mitigated by that Force of Will. Good timing from Nano as they portal forward. Raven Familiar getting a few hits here and there. Malfurion root goes down, but no one caught by that. Sniper trying to back away. Volleyball forward with the Death Dealer, and that's going to be a little Inquisition out from the white main. Force of Will, and Vala gets a Regeneration Globe, and the Night Rush from Mal'Ganis creates space. A little portal once again. Gaflo hit by the grenade. He's going to be able to back off. Single objective in the bottom of the map, and Boss in the background is laughing, and that means he's up and available. Murky at 147 stacks.
Now.
On his baseline. Getting 200 stacks will give Murky the ability to have full damage onto structures. Currently it's 50% if I'm not mistaken. And at 400 he gets the Big Kahuna Tuna value. Bell Claws from Mal'Ganis landing in, the Night Rush to follow up. But I think this is disengaged. Gaflo trying to get a few more autos here and there. Death Dealer, Vault, that's going to be a takedown onto Theoden. The Fell Claws will be enough for that as Vala vaults forward. Sierne a little bit low. The Hungering Arrow will get a few bounces. Moonfire almost gets the kill. Double-digit HP. Yo, what's up, Cole? I did the same thing. Sunny side up egg, 2 sausages, toast, and tomatoes. Big fan of the Farmer John brand. That is your Nidus Worm for Zagara. That is a bounty. Dark Conversion, Leyline Seal, Rain of Vengeance, and Malfurion. Are we Twilight Dream or Tranquility? It is Tranquility. Mal'Ganis thrown to the side. Fell Claws, Night Rush. Dark Conversion onto this white main. Leyline Seal comes out afterwards as Mal'Ganis looks to back away with a few more Fell Claws. We're going to get that hit on the Serenity, but will not be able to land. We do have Warlord's Challenge, Odin, Octograb, Scarlet Aegis, and that Sticky Bomb. Octograb a 50-second cooldown. Medivh, 36 stacks! Medivh! Oh no, Medivh stacks.
Lay claim to the altars. Do not
Ouch.
disappoint me.
Ouch. What a play. Alright, that's 8 shots into the core. And it's even score as it's 28 up on both sides. Alrighty, well, either way, this is going to be your Nidus Worm Zagara. She rotates from mid to top a little bit faster. The Sappers are going to charge in, taking down the remainder of this fort gate of top lane. We don't have 12 minutes in-game time yet, so no upgrade on the structures. What's up, Raywin? How you doing today, bud? Alright. What's our Murky at on Bribe? He is 5 stacks, so he's used it recently. It was probably when he probably bribed this camp here. $77 stacks for Zagara. She should have. Yep, okay, cool. Quick portal into mid lane. Grabs Globe and Experience. Experience is still pretty equal. Next objective, top left and right. Typically traded. Tracer Pulse Bomb. Mal'Ganis steps up with some Fell Claws. Tries to use the final slash onto Garrosh. Unfortunately, Garrosh has the Groundbreaker. Octograb, good cleanse out from Malfurion with the Nature's Cure level 7. Wrecking Ball throws Mal'Ganis aside, Force of Will. The Warlord's Challenge is going to be a Night Rush attempt, but the Pulse Bomb lands onto Serdath, and that'll be the next forces taking down the Mal'Ganis. 3-3 in kills. Zagara is going to start smashing the wave into the fort over here. Does have that Infest as well. Uh-oh. Zagara, is she going to be able to make it out? Murky gets the slime. Yeah, it's a good attempt to try to take down Serenity. Back in the mid lane, though. Vala vaults back. A few auto attacks into Theoden. And Medivh birds up. Murky trying to steal left-hand side. Bubbles up. Has that safety bubble at 13. Use a little bit of slime to clear out the Zagara creep. Tychus using grenade as well. But I'm assuming, and I think I am seeing this right, it is going to be 24 to 24.
This realm will be mine.
Get that spray and pray for the Tychus at level 13. Usually armor-piercing rounds at 16 with it. Could see Ken do this all day. Might just be a big red button as well. You do have your subjugation for the white main. Shared punishment 13 is often picked up with that 16 is often picked up with that -10 armor as well. Boss bomb on a Gaflo. Vaults to the side. No force of will activated in time. Able to jump into the portal. Leyline see from Medivh comes through. Vala trying to sustain hatred off the bottom lane wave and maybe heal up a little bit. Did go tempered by discipline. No gloom 13 for any pulse bomb spell armor mitigate or spell damage mitigation. Theoden trying to step up. Clemency applied. Inquisitions used on enemies. Clemency onto allies. Overkill from Tychus. Another Wrecking Ball throws Serdath back, and I think it's a disengage moment. And Mal'Ganis is getting close to his 20 stacks. The 20 stack, it is an uncapped quest. You can continue building up the damage. The big factor is that when you get that 20th stack, you get a 0.5 second stun increase on your final slash, so it's a 1.5 second stun. And then you also have a 4% lifesteal as well in that final slash, which I think would be really good for Serdath. Also, level 16 is looming, and Blind as a Bat is a big pickup with this as well. Triple Altar Phase coming up. We are looking at 4 to 4 in shots at the current setup. Garrosh is looking to run at Malfurion. Gaflo trying to vault away. The Pulse Bomb lands, and that is a very dead Vala. Unable to move into the angle of a portal. And this might be 8 to 4 in shots. As Zagara looks to try and clear out these sappers in top lane that I believe Murky did bribe once again.
The time is now.
He heads to the right side. White main in the bottom. Zagara throws in some banelings. She's playing it safe. I don't blame her at all. Tracer will be able to make the rotation for the delay, but she'll get one delay, and then I think the allies are going to be here to zone back Murky and others. By the way, Murky, I don't think has died like twice. Murky has not even died once. Should have gone for living the dream right there, right? Octo grab on a Medivh, 11 stacks for him. Force of Will does get applied. Tranquility from Malfurion activated as well. And now body blocks on the Theoden. The Garrosh is trying to back away. Scarlet Aegis from White Mane will be utilized. The Dark Conversion activated on the White Mane. Leyline Seal into Tychus. Theoden's a little split from the team. Fellclaw's coming through. Zagara gets the channel. And Will of Trachondrus level 1 has been completed. Murky has still not died. 343 stacks as he will pick up that fish oil at 16. I'm just curious, what does his stacks look like? 10. Might get a few more off of this puffer here. Big wave clear. 360 on the baseline for Murky. 40 stacks to go for Big Kahuna Tuna.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near
A 4-point difference, 16 to 20, leading in favor of Temu Exodia. That is going to be an Octo grab onto the Vala. Force of Will is going to be applied. Blind as a Bat from Mal'Ganis, finding this constant stun onto Tychus. Literally, Tychus didn't get to play the game for a few seconds there, and Mal'Ganis jumps up to 22 stacks. Vala taken down by Murky. Medivh will fall as well, back down to 0 stacks, and Murky continues to murk. Bottom lane fort may get taken down. Odin for sure is going to be summoned here. Outranging structure, annihilation, and Ragnarok is firing in. Tracer does see this Zagara. Not Creep Tumor, sorry. Nidus Worm. And we'll be able to clear that out.
Red team has destroyed a
Well, you might be eating 5 shots. Do you try and go for boss? Moonfire checks the bush. Zagara with a small amount of damage into Murky. Oh, they are going to contest this. Okay. Overkill from Tychus with the armor-piercing rounds and that spray and pray 13, 16 as I mentioned. Groundbreaker goes out. Vala is able to avoid that. Fellclaw from Mal'Ganis into a Night Rush. Trying to get a sleep onto a few others. There's going to be the blind as a bat onto this white main. The force of will is going to be there. Mal'Ganis is going to get the kill onto white main. The dark conversion doesn't trigger in time. Murky does get taken down by Vala. Medivh, does he portal up to chase onto Theoden? No. But will they try and convert a bell tower so they get 4 shots? Nah, it's going to be 3, right? Grenade from Tychus is a delay. Banana avoids that by stepping back. Vala's working on the left side. Sapper camp. And Murky is done. He is a big fish boy. As the evil heads into top lane. And this is bribe on all 3. Easy bribe. Sappers for bottom lane have been grabbed, and those will get 1, 2, 3 onto this keep. We are post 14 minutes. You did hear them talking about the center teleport opening up. That is when the structures upgrade to keep values. And by the way, for those that don't know, this is your little Easter egg on the map. We see this always as an observer, but when you are dead, the spirit healer shows up. A little tidbit for the map. Also, the objective areas do show exactly who controls what lane. There's just little pips that correlate to, you can see blue, blue, and blue, and yellow, yellow, yellow. Orange-ish, if you will. So if, like, top right bell tower was converted, this little pip would turn blue. Well, just little cool things for Towers Team. Honestly, one of my favorite maps for Heroes of the Storm. Play-wise, watching-wise, but also there's so many, like, cool little intricate things. 20 talents here on the right-hand side. That was the music I shifted with the Get Stuffed Scarlet Crusade and a Shark 2 for the Octo Grab. It is going to be Can Do This All Day for your Tychus, by the way, so that Spray and Pray, or the Overkill, excuse me, is going to have a cooldown by 5, and while it's being channeled, Tychus gains 40 armor. Garrosh picks up the Titanic Might, and we're just waiting for 20s on the left-hand side. As Cigar gets a few Banelings thrown in. Murky immediately clears out the wave. Actually, he doesn't get the clear onto that. Pufferfish cleared away by Ixer, and the Evil has a lot of healing over time. Will not be taken down. Odin summoned for bottom lane with a few shots going out. Single objective in the bottom of the map. Odin is going to get rooted. Intercession from White Mane for the cleanse. Sniper going for the channel. It looks like that will be a confirmed channel. Murky gets the kill onto Cigar top lane. I apologize. Octo Grab was used. You see a 10-second cooldown on it. Take a look here really quickly at the Zagara death. Slime, Octo Grab. Tower shot, big pufferfish damage. Looks like Vala does go down in bottom lane as well. 210 stacks for her. Dark conversion interrupted because of the Leyline Seal. No! I was going to talk about that in the draft, and I'm like, it's not going to happen. That's wicked unfortunate as Banana will be taken down. Tracer thrown in, Pulse Bomb and a Nano. And there'll be no takedown onto Medivh. Alright, Murky continues to murk around the map.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
What's up, Dings? How you doing, bud? Wow, wow, wow. Well, we have Sappers pushing in bottom. Top lane keep is trying to be defended. Mid lane keep might get taken down. There is a high chance for the barrage to begin. Still have 14 seconds on Malfurion, 2 seconds on Mal'Ganis. Top lane fort or keep will be safe for now. But mid gets taken down. Vala working on this bottom lane and Sapper camp that's working its way near the death line, but it won't go over the wall. Double objective phase coming up next. I mean, with the current shot control, this is GG if both are picked up by Temu Exodia. Pulse Bomb misses. Parting Gift gets a little bit of value. Overkill from Tychus. Grenade goes out. There's that overkill as well. Look at that damage on the Gaflo. Oh my gosh. Murky gonna try and play to the far left.
Heroes, do not let the green.
It is 20 talents here on the left-hand side with the Serenity. Medivh cheats. Farflight Quiver, Pack Instincts, and that is going to be Alone in the Dark, I believe, from Mal'Ganis. Tracer recalls. White Man gets channel right side. Vala's still working on bottom lane for keep. 6 HP remains. So Vala will convert this. Tracer's going to try and get top lane fort, though, with the minion wave. And will be able to do so. Mal'Ganis thrown back. Feldclaw to the left-hand side as well. Zagara trying to get this channel. Pulse Bomb with the Get Stuffed into Ixer. A little bit of splash from that sticky bomb value, and it looks like this is objective going to be given to the enemies.
The altar is ours.
But Temu Exodia still leading by a solid 9 HP. They're going to try and reconvert bottom lane bell tower. Mid lane should go back over to the side of Gaflo Gossip Girls. And as I mentioned, you can see those pips on the objective area. You see one little blue pip on the bottom left. Zagara's going to try and get mid. Murky was maybe playing aggressive into the Vala for a flank. Bell tower goes down. Zagara heads back into top lane to re-control top lane keep. Next objective, singular in the center of the map at this point right here. Zagara is summonable. She has 4 stacks on her Bile Drop level 7. It looks like she'll immediately jump into the Nidus Worm, heal up a little bit, and then maybe continue sieging top lane once the minion wave does crash in. All getting chunked here. A lot of healing over time. Force of Will. As Mal'Ganis goes out with some Fell Claws. That's going to be a Night Rush. Leyline Seal overlapping. So the top keep did get taken down by Zagara. 4-4 in shots currently. Line is a bat from Mal'Ganis looking to step forward. Fell Claws. You do also have your little root level 16 from the white main. Dark conversion onto Serenity. Serdath trying to back away, but it is going to be that harsh discipline. Follow with Farflight Quiver, I think at full stackage, or Hatred at max stackage. Does outrange structures. A minute amount. 261 stacks for the Vala. She continues to get auto after auto in. Zagara trying to get the objective on the top left. Murky maybe poking a little bit here and there. Murky does have that Octo Grab up in 1 second. Got to be a little careful, but he's got to be careful because Zagara's summonables as well. Banelings are firing out. Zagara going for the channel. The Evil's going to turn around and try and get that Puffer Fish into... oh, wait. The Puffer does not get the damage they're hoping for. Zagara going for the channel. Murky is going to leave this, and that'll be 4 shots into the core of Temu Exodia. 6-11, a 5-point difference as bottom right bell tower may get converted. Murky has a wave in mid and top pushing in. They might start working on the top lane to keep. Zagara, though, has used her Nidus network to jump over to this. Will she be able to clear out the Puffer in time? No. Tracer's also going to go ahead and grab this camp. That will be scouted by Zagara. She has that Nidus Worm in the bush right there. Mal'Ganis trying to chase onto white main. She'll pop the Scarlet Crusade. Blind is a bad active, and Mal'Ganis is now trying to back away the Warlord Challenge. Dark Conversion up and available if he wants to get it. Is he? No, the Leyline Seal again. Oh, no. Guys, can you believe it? Mal'Ganis is going to lose his Leyline Seal stacks. Or, sorry, his Arcane Rip stacks. Tracer will be taken down by the Vala. Tranquility from Alfirin with the Serenity level 20 is active. 1-for-1 right now between Mal'Ganis and Tracer. A few autos onto this Garage. Got to be careful with that level 16 Manticore. And Vala's at max stacks on her Hatred. She's going to try and vault forward and sustain this. Gonna back away from Murky. 20 seconds on his Octo Grab. What a tight map number 3 in this best of 5. Bubble up from Murky. Medivh, by the way, at 20 stacks on his baseline. He's going to get a few more off of the Evil here in this rotation out. Puffer goes down, zones the enemies back, and it looks like Murky actually will be able to back away just fine. Camp will be grabbed, though. Double objective as bottom right bell tower does get converted. Mal'Ganis will take the center teleport. Banana getting the initial channel. I don't think Murky will have a delay in time onto this. Neither onto Zagara. It is... I mean, boss is GG here. And I think they're going to try and take this off the map.
The altar is ours.
Sappers!
Fire from the great keeper.
Oh, no, they don't. They actually charged into the bell tower. Okay. The bell... Okay, I thought they were going to be able to feed it in, but I realized they were still needing to convert that structure. Oh, my gosh. What a tense map, everybody. And the best part is we're still guaranteed a couple more maps. Like... It's a 1-1 score. It's a best of 5. Here come a couple of Fell Claws. That's going to be cleansed onto Gaflo. Leyline Seal from a deep cheats. Is there a blind as a bat from Serdath? No. Hungering arrow into the bush. Little clemency from White Mane. Vala triggers the boss. Garrosh is going to get hit with a bunch of Fell Claws. Mal'Ganis is trying to advance into the enemies here with the Blind as a Bat, and is going to be able to perma-stun a couple enemies here, and this might be the big moment as Garrosh and White Mane are going to be taken down, and Mal'Ganis Cigar have started the boss. Tranquility from Malfurion is active. This might just be victory for the side of Gaflo Gossip Girls here on Towers of Doom, as Cigar is low, and those shots will rain out. Leyline Seal. GG, well played. Temu Exodia fall in map 3 of this best of 5. And Gaflo Gossip Girls are 1 map away from victory, but we'll see if Temu Exodia... Or no. Yeah, 1 map away. Sorry. It's early. We're still waking up. But we'll see if Temu Exodia will be able to take us into a map number 5. We got a 2-1 score in favor of Gaflo Gossip Girls as we get rid of some ads, pay out the gamble. Welcome back, everybody. We are here into map number 4 of our first best of 5 of the day. First pick for this map is going to be over to the side of Temu Exodia, as they are the losing side from Towers of Doom, so they'll opt in for that. Map choice will be coming out from Gaflo's Gossip Girls. And yes, you heard it right. We're heading to Braxis Holdout. I am a big fan of Braxis Holdout. Not because I think it's an amazing map. I just think that as a caster and as a viewer, it's really, really fun. As a player, it's not the best. But it is still exciting to see this map. We'll see how things unfold, and will we get a map number 5? Now, the big thing to mention, for those that may have come in late, maybe you don't know the exact rules of the tournament, this is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 30 heroes that have been picked and played in maps 1, 2, and 3 cannot be played or drafted. They cannot be picked or banned for this draft here. Chromie is up and available, just want to say. Stukov is available. These are heroes that I think are very good for this this map. Diablo and a Nubarak from main tanks are available. May is up as well. Main tank Uther can be a consideration. Arthas is up. There's so much to consider here. As the Genji Zarya will be banned away by Temu Exodia. Alex Straza Deathwing banned away by Gaflo's Gossip Girls. All right, so they had to have assumed that it was going to be a Chromie pick on the side of Temu Exodia.
Forge a great destiny.
This is going to be a Varian. Twin Blades Varian is a bounty, by the way. Not going to lie, it's your least favorite to play. I can understand that.
Let's save some lives.
Medevac Morales, I believe, is a bounty. Let me just double check my list here. Yes, Medevac Morales, also Twin Blades Varian. So we'll see what Varian's gonna be. I think Charge Varian will be the jam, but who knows? I mean, it might not be Medevac. It could be like Stim onto a Twin Blades Varian, and I really could see Arthas. Like, Arthas, I think, is really strong for this map. Frozen Tempest, on objective areas to get slows and attack speed debuff, as well as the Frost Blast, or the Howling Blast as well. Phoenix is a fairly common pickup on this map because you can use Planet Cracker onto the Zerg Wave as a clear, so that might be the angle we're seeing for Temu Exodia. They also pick up the Urel for the solo lane control. Rexar is fairly popular for that solo lane control, but what if they want to ban away here? Like, an Anubarak ban wouldn't be too bad. They will get rid of the Arthas, okay. So that is definitely Gaflo's Gossip Girls not going to try and angle into that. The Arthas ban could lead into the suggestion of a Twin Blades Variant, just saying. Because obviously you don't want Frozen Tempest active while Variant's trying to get Twin Blade activation and his attack speed slowed and all that. So Cassia Blind as well to be banned. Okay. Valkyrie also is another thing to consider. The wave clear right now and Zerg clear for Gaflo's Gossip Girls is fairly non-existent. Urel should be going top lane. Phoenix should be with the 4-man, but I could see a 2-3 setup. 2-3 setup is not uncommon on this map.
Anytime you're ready.
Azmodan is also a bounty. Raynor as well. 4-man Azmodan, and then the solo lane last pick, I think, maybe? Unless it is Twin Blades Variant. I really don't know. This, by the way, this is very Juice Pirate-y. Tyrael's already been played, so no sanctification. So you have Hyperion, Demonic Invasion, probably Medevac. Varian, I'm gonna guess, is gonna be Taunt, unless this is a tank. And then maybe you get Twin Blades Variant into your Rel. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be Twin Blades. I think this is gonna be something solo lane into the Urel, like Artanis or something. All right. Well, only one bounty can be achieved. So if the members of Gaflo's Gossip Girls attempt 3 bounties, they have to choose which of the 3 they want. Unless they've already done, like, Asmodan. Hold on. No, they haven't. They've literally not played in this tournament yet. Why am I thinking that? Anyways, let's get into this. Map number 4. I am blown away by the draft from both sides. Let's find out what we got going on. Oh, I forgot to get tea after that last game. Whoopsies. Alrighty, here we are.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin. Left side of the map is going to be Gaflo's Gossip Girls, 1 map away from locking in a victory in this Group B qualifier, as we have Banana Morales, Gaflo Varian, Ixer Raynor, Surdas Stitches, Nano Asmodan. Right side is Temu Exodia with a Serenity Chromie. Athletic Bird on the Phoenix, Teoden ETC, the Evil Urel, and Sniper Stukov. Can we all just appreciate this music for a minute?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
High King's Quest for the Varian. You are going to be seeing a Morales going into Caduceus feedback. Stitches for the second helping. On his Devour, or Savor the Flavor, sorry. Second helping a little bit later on. Is this going to be a 4-man push through top lane? Asmodan will be picking up his Gluttony. Raynor, Veteran Marksman. On the opposing side, you do have your mobile offense for the Phoenix. Time Walk's Pursuit, Chromie, ETC Block Party, Dauntless Urel, and Low Blow Stukov. As the dunks, the siege, the pressure continues in through top lane. Yeah, dude, StarCraft 1 music slaps. StarCraft 2 music is great, but StarCraft 1 has got some absolute bangers. Surdath is getting low, is going to get a little Devour there to heal up. Slam takes down the gate. The Evil is getting a little bit low. Is there a hook to go out? Time Trap onto Morales. Gaflo will be taken down. First Blood. Oh my god, the dunk almost is there. That's going to be a Raynor almost picked off by that ETC as ETC will be taken down by the Raynor. This is going to be a very low Stitches as well. And they keep peppering onto the enemy. 9 stacks already for Raynor's level 1. Make it 10. As you see those little shells underneath his mana bar. When those are full and he hits an enemy hero, he'll get a stack. That's the trigger for that. And Horolanami for the Chromie as Phoenix continues to push bottom lane. And this is just heavy pressure through the top lane constantly. Top lane is not going to be a blue Zerg wave first, but I don't think that's really their major priority. I think it's just run down the enemy through the top lane. As Stukov is going to be taken down. This will be a kill onto the Evil. No, wait, the dunk! Yes, it is indeed. A hook lands onto Chromie. Asmodan is rounding the corner. And this is going to be a few tower shots onto the Stitches. So Asmodan needs to get a summoning, or at least the minion wave needs to get up here. 16 stacks for the Raynor already. He might find another off the ETC of this top lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom, Phoenix is pushing in, and they have taken down this fort. Traded forts. Actually, not even. Varian, not even level 4 yet. Phoenix is actually sieging faster by themselves in bottom lane. A little camera jump, sorry. Top fort has gone down. Power slide from ETC. And that is going to be a double kill into the Asmodan and Morales. Mid-air time trap from Chromie onto the Evil. I think was trying to catch the Raynor or the Stitches, but this is going to be a few kills over to the side of Temu Exodia. Twin Blades Varian. So what is the game plan from Gaflo's Gossip Girls so they can continue to try and run it down through top lane? Oh, we're gonna pivot to bottom, okay. Is that a... Oh, it's a Stitches. Okay, sorry, it was a... So, Zergwave in top lane is full. Not defended. And a singular Ultralisk for bottom lane. Varian trying to chase onto the Evil with a few auto attacks. No stack on High King's quest completed yet. Let's take a look here and see what he's got. Needs to get 2 autos on the enemy heroes. Needs 2 more takedowns and needs another 9 regeneration globes. This is a bad call. I'm sorry. You're literally losing the game right now. Throwing for a map 5? What? We can't respond. We literally cannot respond.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Red team's turret.
Righteous Hammer onto Banana here. The Asmodee will be taken down. Bottom lane keep is going to be cleared. Raynor takes down the Phoenix. The ally helping hand pulls the Morales to safety as she will be taken down. And Raynor falls.
Is under attack. Hero slain.
This is a game, chat. This is a game. Bite? Nah, I honestly think the only reason that the game is not over is because what you saw them saying is that they want Planet Cracker, and to be able to get the bounty, I believe you need to take the talent. We, as observer settings, cannot respond. If they had given us a referee, we could tab into referee and then respond, but observers can't be seen. So, that is a good helping hand. All right, they can end now. They have Planet Cracker. Literally, I think they literally use Planet Cracker just to show it right there. By the way, the fastest map in this tournament thus far is 7 minute 24, if I remember correct. Top lane fight breaks out. Power side from ETC. Mosh Pit is available as the heroic pickup. Phoenix sustained damage, not too bad. Varian trying to chase onto the Chromie. She gets a nice big heal from the Super off. The Lurking Arm goes down. Mosh Pit from ETC. Varian will be taking a bit of a, or will be having a little bit of a dance here, as this might have just been a massive blunder of a play, draft, and execution from the side of Gaflo's Gossip Girls. Death timers are kind of low. Grenade goes out from Morales, and she will step into the enemy team and then die. Yeah, ETC does fall. Varian's back. I guess it's not over yet, I guess. Gorge from Stitches. Stukov taken down. It is Medevac Hyperion. Demonic Invasion, as well as the Warbringer for Varian. Beacons are energizing, chat. If Gaflo's Gossip Girls turn this around, I'm honestly gonna be just in awe of their play. Archangel will go to top lane, by the way. We know this because the keep is still available. The Archangel operates on Battlefield of Eternity Immortal rules. There is a rare chance where it can go into a lesser defended lane, but that's extremely rare. Medevac, and they're going for keep in top lane. They're going to give objective. They're going core, actually. Never mind. Just kidding. Prank, bro. Hyperion from Raynor is going to be summoned here. The Lurking Arm down from underneath Asmodee. He's going to try and break away from that. The dunk's coming through as well. Asmodee will be taken down. This is going to be Stitches arriving at the core. Hyperion has expired. And this is going to be Archangel moving in through top lane. We do have Varian taken down as well. 52% remains on this course. Banana will be the next to go down. Stitches is going to get hit with a Righteous Hammer, as this is Surdath next to be felled. No Finland, as Rainer's going to be trying to back away unless Sireney gets the kill. Look at those Cyclones, Jesus. 4 Cyclones arriving at core. 5 Cyclones, right? Yeah, it's 5 Cyclones arriving, but Urel's gonna have to clear on that. Zergwave building up. It is gonna go through bottom lane. Keep Gate is still there. Raynor working on the Hellbat camp. Some Goliath and a Raven over here. Maybe a penetrating round to check the bush. Morales medevac is available. Demonic Invasion up in 30. They're going to try and delay objective for now. Archangel's been cleared away. Did not get as much as I thought. So what's the game plan? They've neutralized the objective for now. Time Walk's Pursuit will see the Stitches. He's going to separate himself from the team, then rejoin. Asmodee will be scattered by that time trap in the bush. And Phoenix and friends will grab bottom lane. Can Stitches get to top in time? Zergwave goes to bottom lane. Are they setting up for defense, or are they gonna rip it and go? They're gonna rip it. They're gonna rip it. Look at this cooldown, and it's been seen. It's obvious it's gonna be happening. Is there a lurking arm immediately set up? Beautiful slowing stance, Planet Cracker, Mosh Pit. Hyperion does get summoned. Varian's gonna try and make the big YouTube play, but everyone's favorite Northern European country is going to be summoned as Raynor.
Finland!
Timer's relatively low. Medevac's up in 5 seconds. Bottom lane keep. Possibly defendable here. Lurking arm onto Morales is going to chunk. It is Virulent Reaction. Medevac is being set up, and I think they're trying to bait. It goes 10 feet. And Morales will immediately die for it. This is going to be the Varian chasing out. Demonic Invasion from the Asmodan as well. Nano on the right side will be picked off. As Raynor has 40 stacks on better marksman, by the way. Righteous Hammer onto Gaflo. As your Plasma Cutter is going to chew up some enemies. Surdath is in the Hall of Storms, and it looks like this is over. All right. I'm at 5. Yikes, dude. Yikes. Not gonna lie, yikes. Stukov with the second highest damage in the game. Stukov with the second highest damage in the game. Just want to repeat that really quickly for all of you. Less than 7,000 difference between Stukov and Raynor. That was a choice. That was a game. Well, let's get ads out of the way and pay out the gamble and get going into map number 5. All right, here we go. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Gaflo's Gossip Girls. On the right, it's going to be Temu Exodia. We are here in map number 5, Battlefield of Eternity. 40 heroes are unavailable. 44 will be unavailable at the start of the draft, as we do have 4 bans, of course, at the top of the screen. Things like Raynor, Tracer, Hanzo have all been played. I think Genji has been played. I honestly don't remember. And this is only the first best of 5 of the day, chat. We still have 2 more best of 5s for all of you. This might be one of those big, long streaming days, but we'll find out together. Either way, honestly, if we go 15 maps today, I am happy about it. My biggest concern is just making sure I'm not late to D&D. That's really my biggest concern. Making sure I can get some food before D&D and make sure I'm not late. I'm pretty sure if I was like a little bit late, they'll be cool with it. But either way, let's get into this, as we do have the Alex Straza Illidan banned away. Li Ming and Arthas will be removed. When it comes to tanks, like a Nubarak, Diablo, Mei, Uther all come to mind. Sergeant Hammer's available, Valera's available, Kel'Thuzad. Just trying to think of like big assassin potential. Zeratul up as well. Vikings. We could see the old CCL Season 1 June Vikings on Battlefield. If you guys remember that one, that's a bit of a dig there if you're a big CCL fan. Back when sidestep kings were a thing, and then Fan was like, "Nah, I'm kind of bored." I'm happy about a one-man wrecking crew. Alarak and Gaflo. Are they going triple healer? Because this could be an Uther right here. Triple healer is a composition.
Ready for adventure.
All right, we're going to get a Lili, Ana, Rhaegar. Okay. Got blinds. Got damage. Kinda. No race on the Immortal, though. I guess Rhaegar does kind of have a race somewhat. Cassia will be banned, another form of blinds. What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna pick up or ban out against Alarak Gazlo? I'm trying to think of like healers that have not been played. That pool is getting small. Malthiel ban, interesting. Okay, does have decent race. Nano, Water Dragon, and Bloodlust. I could see it. I could see it. Could also see, we could also just see an Ancestral. Is there enough healers left for 5 healer composition? I know Uther's still up. I really, like, my brain is starting to really run out of... I don't think there's actually... I think there's only 1 healer left? Is that right? I can only think of Uther. So much has been played already. Hyper carry Zul Jin situation. Main tank Uther.
For the next.
All right, so we got a Zul'jin Orphea. Who's in the solo lane? Rhaegar, Orphea? I hate both of these drafts so much. I don't like either of these drafts. No, Cho'Gall was already played. It was like map 2 or 3.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Triple healer versus no healer composition. Both of these are bounties. Nova's also a bounty, but, you know, there's that. Any quarter milli gamblers, any max bettors in chat?
Yes! Yes!
I all love you all.
Yo, Fro, what's up, bud? How you doing today, bud? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by, and thank you for the Prime Gaming. That's so generous. Y'all have been so nice to me this week. I can't thank you all enough. Thank you all for so much generosity in the channel, support, a lot of people coming in with just kind words and resubs. I really can't thank you all enough. And you know what the best part about all of this is?
Good news, everyone!
We still have 2 more best of 5s. Left-hand side is going to be the members of Gaflo's Gossip Girls with the Eric, Olaf, and Balog, played by Banana, Gaflo, Alarak, Nano, Gazlo, Ixer Nova, Sirdath May. Sierne for the side of Temu Exodia will be on the Orphea, Athletic Bird Zul'jin, Sniper Ana, Theoden, Rhaegar, and the evil is your Lili. Alright, you got that Bone Slicer level 1 for the Grievous Throw upgrade on Zul'jin. Kind of anticipating that for this map. You also have your Ancestral Strength for the Orphea. Looking at a... Oh, wait, hold on. Gaflo's getting chunked a little bit by the Orphea right now. Slumber Shell's level 1 for the Ana, though. Rhaegar with the Feral Spirit, and Lily is going to pick up that Eager Adventure. I'm a big fan of the trait at 1 and 4, and then Healing Talent at 7, which I'm blanking on the name. Whatever at level 13, and then either of the Healing Talents at level 16 with Shake It Off level 20, as that is a quick double kill. Zul'jin, by the way, reset to 0 stacks, as he does lose 3 or 15 stacks upon death. You also have the Olaf the Stout, Extended Lightning for the Alarak, Rocket Boots for the Gazlo, Nova with the Covert Ops, or no, that's going to be the Advanced Cloaking. The Covert Ops is her trigger. And then Mei will pick up the Heavy Pack. I would not be surprised if Mei goes into Slush Ball as well. Slush Ball is a huge siege tool that I think would be very useful. No, there's no global bans. Oh, yeah, so yeah, there was, Deckard was not played. Yeah, you're right. No, there's no tournament restricted heroes. The only restrictions are, as I mentioned, the draft restrictions in the sense of once they're picked and played. But yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, Deckard was available and Doing Edmund played. But Gaflo's Gossip Girls want to go for the healerless composition as they do take down the Rhaegar. It is 3-0 in kills. Alarak at 99 sadism. His Extended Lightning level 1 needs to get that triple hit. Usually you see Alarak try and group up enemies between him and the fort gate and then try and target the gate to get the triple hit between that. Zul'jin once again is reset to 0. Alarak reset back down to 90 as the Viking will be taken down to top lane. Lily getting a kill on the Baylog as we get into level 4s for both sides. Alright, negatively charged. Wait. We don't see this Eric talent at level 4 like ever. It's Sabotage. Eric's base attacks against structures light them on fire for 3 seconds, causing 274 damage. When I was playing the Hots roguelike, I was taking that talent all the time with my Vikings, but yeah, that's a little surprising. Zul'jin does have his Voodoo Shuffle level 4. You saw that little trigger right there, so he was able to remove the slow or root, and there was a Blizzard down from Mei. Gaflo is going to get a few autos in. Telekinesis, that's a laser out from Gazlo. Anti-healer going down, or Bite Grenade going down. And another kill picked up into the Rhaegar. No invade into this camp. Successful for the side of Gaflo Gossip Girls. Is this bad Alarak? No, it's Gaflo who's like a top European player. Easily top 50. Gazlo is going to be picking up the EdZ Dimensional Ripper. Activate to get 40 armor, 3 seconds, reducing damage taken by 40%, reduce the damage dealt by all nearby enemies, and summons by 50%. So a little unique imposing presence, if you will, as the Nexus forces will take down the Eric in top lane. Theoden trying to get the kill on the Banana. Baylog, the Telekinesis. Theoden will not get that kill, and Gaflo will be able to back away. Permanent sadism reduction, by the way, at level 7 with the applied force. It's going to be able to give you a few other values, though, with the telekinesis pushing 15% further and has a 15% increase range as well. Zul'jin will be taken down, and his stack's currently sitting on 5-ish. Looks like we do have a DC. Might have a pause coming through as well, as Gazlo is going to full recall. Looks like there will not be a ping nor a pause for our DC Gazlo. Okay, there's the ping for it. I think they were pinging when it was Hearthing, but maybe something bugged out. I don't know. The race is being won by the members of Gaflo's Gossip Girls, and this is going to be Immortal heading, I think, into top? I didn't see which one has more damage. It's going to be bottom lane. Okay. Looks like a little bit more siege in top lane had been achieved, and absolutely, actually. So, 10 talents here comes through soon. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. It's a 4-kill advantage to the side of Gaflo's Gossip Girls, and Zul'jin takes credit for that kill into a Viking. Savage Spin, good telekinesis to pull them into the Savage Spin. Zul'jin reset to full 0. Sniper is going to be body blocked a little bit, trying to back away. In from a Viking. That's going to be a couple Vikings taken down over here. The Immortal pushing in to this fort in bottom lane, and we'll confirm that. Oh, I didn't even see the whole thing about the wedding. I literally... Okay. Telekinesis into the Savage Spin. So they're just going to play with a bot Gaflo. We'll see what the bot goes into for 10 talent here. Blizzard down from the Mei once again. Sirene's able to step out of that. Uh-oh. Silence. No kill into the Orphea. Next Immortal, about 8 minutes plus in game time. Longboat raid for the Vikings! Precision Strike, Avalanche, Counter-Strike, and Gaflo will take his 10 eventually. Big damage onto the Rhaegar as this is a Precision Strike going down. Orphea is able to sort of side dash it, icing. And from Mei, the Avalanche pushes Orphea to the side. That's a half a second stun, as it's a half second per enemy hero consumed. Vikings over here did pop Longboat Raid. They almost took down... No, they didn't. They tried to take down the Lily, but they end up dying to the Nexus Forces as the Nova tries to snipe, but she's going to take too many tower shots and be taken down by the Nexus Forces. Oh, okay. I legit thought I missed a message where Nano legitimately had to go for a wedding, but it does seem like Nano had to go, and they're just using bot Gaflo. Uh-oh, Gaflo. Will they be able to back away? Yeah, they should be fine. Yeah, Telekinesis. I have Horus. Good Counter-Strike, but it won't be enough, and that'll be Jug of 1,000 Cups from Lily, Guillotine, Eye of Horus, Bloodlust, and the Eternal Feast for Orphea. Red team gold? What do you mean? Their rank? No. Guillotine over the wall into Nova is going to get a hit. She'll tap well, heal up. Second Immortal's going to be coming up. As the Vikings look to flank onto the Orphea. And she'll be taken down by Alarak. Here comes Mei with the Avalanche. Just push Ana into the wall. Nova with a quick snipe. Blind goes down as well. And that is going to be the Ana DCing as well, as an icing will go through, and that is going to be Sniper reconnecting and fighting themselves dead.
Hero slain.
I don't know, Twitch chat's always obsessed with people's ranks. Vikings will be all taken down. Blizzard down from Mei as well. Theoden pops Bloodlust, but will be then taken down still. Another kill. 14-7. Vikings will respawn soon. Top lane fort looks like it's going to be worked on. And Mei is not going to be going into any sort of slush ball or anything as Nova gets a couple snipes out. I have Horus, not going to be taking down Gaflo. Yeah, it looks like Nano's actually trying to rejoin the game. Weird. Okay. Racing in from Mei. She's going to look to back off to the left-hand side. Zul'jin with a couple auto attacks onto these Vikings. They're going to spin to win. Sniper. Oh, that's a beautiful Eternal Feast. Is going to take down another Viking. We do have Serdath with the Cryo Freeze. Will be the next to go down. The Avalanche, though, will be coming through, and that is going to set up the triple kill into Ana, Orphea, and Lily. Theoden, the next to be felled, and that's an auto attack from Bird to take down this Alarak, but everyone's favorite Northern European country has been achieved as the pentakill is picked up by Gaflo's Gossip Girls, and bottom lane Keep is taking significant damage from this Catapult and Archer wave. Nova, not the quickest racer, and she'll be working on this. She did not go into the anti-armor shell. So it's not like she has 300 years to get one auto attack out, but the Vikings are going to be rotating in, and they have some decent damage. Vikings are gonna longboat raid, and that's gonna immediately be killed, and so are the Vikings. Jug of 1,000 Cups is stunned. Oh my god, the Gravel Bomb in. There's still Eternal Feast going out. The Alarak Telekinesis, Counter-Strike, sorry, will go out and will trigger as well as Theoden gets picked up by Nova. Eternal Feast takes down the Gaflo. Another good combo out from Gaflo into the enemies. 129 sadism for him. As Nova and Alarak take down the Zul'jin. Zul'jin on 7 stacks. As the Immortals have swap phasing. Nova goes to push up top lane into the fort. Alarak gets a small poke as well. Gotta be careful, I was gonna say, gotta be really careful, Gaflo. Orphea, there's going to be a hurry up from the Vikings. They are, I don't know where they're really going. Are they just running it into the bottom lane keep to create space for the race? I guess? I mean, May race is extremely slow. Alarak does finish his level 1, so he gets that 10 sadism back. Telekinesis, Discord Strike into Rhaegar. They will fall. Zul'jin picked up once again down to 6 stacks. As Lily might have the kill into Gazlo here. Won't be able to actually get it. Sniper. Telekinesis goes out. There's going to be some big snipes and Sniper. Cool guys don't look at explosions, as that is going to be a grab-a-bomb combo. The Evil pops Jugs. Gazlo with a laser going out. Immortal heads to the top lane as it is more well defended with the fort still available. May trying to push up bottom lane. Gazlo just running at Lily right now. And Nova's on the way to help out. Lily summons another dragon, but Lily might be taken down here. Wait, do we have really the 64 kilobit marathon? Activating Go 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 grants an additional 40% movement speed and breaks the Vikings out of roots and slows. Nova is rotated in with the Vikings. Rhaegar with a Bloodlust activation. The Vikings will take down that Lily. Now Nova trying to back away. The Eye of Horse shots are being zigged and zagged. Can Nova back away? Can she get away? No! Rhaegar gets the lunge in. Guillotine goes out, takes down one Viking. A second picked off by auto attacks, and Banana's the next to be taken down. Alarak still pushing top lane as he is going to get a Counter-Strike trigger, but it doesn't hit onto Sniper, the Ana. Alarak steps up, takes out the Ana. That'll be an Orpheus Shadow Waltz to get the kill. No red team dominated announcements, or blue team dominated announcement, so this will be no Finland, but Immortal will nearly take down the keep. I think they, wait, no, they don't have the clear in time. Immortal has like 1 attack needed, 2 attacks needed.
Thus ends my assault on hell. Please rest for a time.
Okay, so still forts available on the left-hand side for the healerless comp of Gaflo's Gossip Girls. Triple healer composition on the right side, though. Struggling, as they are down by 11 kills. 64 kilobit marathon comes through, and that's going to be Zul'jin taken down. Vikings run to the right side of the map once again. Eye of Horus from Ana activated. As the Grab-a-Bomb into Explodium Charge lands. Vikings still pushing bottom lane up onto this keep. Eric might be able to take this down, as Eric is currently auto-canceling. But Catapult is fixated and takes down keep. Ana won't have the clear in time. And this is Nova being chased over here, but she is going to be able to throw down a decoy and back away. Alarak gets some really good telekinesis with his Lightning Surge. Discord Strike trying to get that interrupt onto Lily Jugs. Counter-Strike goes out. Theoden low. And Gaflo does get the kill. Lily is looking to back away. May comes in with an Avalanche. It is off cooldown, but they're not going to burn Avalanche, apparently just for Lily. Double camp on the core currently. I don't think it's going to win. Precision Strike should... Oh, no. Actually, I think Lily was able to just ever so slightly get out of that damage with her fast feet. Tower Shot will be enough to take down the Evil, though. Alarak picked up by Zul'jin. Guillotine misses onto Ana. Blizzard, auto attacks, and that'll be Surdeath getting killed onto Ana. Meanwhile, as I said, there's still stuff pushing into the core. As this will be a Viking dead on the right-hand side. Vikings just Suicide Squad throughout the game, it seems. Zul'jin, that is going to be a self-cleanse. Longboat raid with a Viking inside. I don't know where we're going with it. We're going into the mid lane towers. That is going to be your miniature black hole. Another Viking to be taken down. Avalanche misses with the Cascade. We do have the sequel, reduce the Lost Vikings death timer by 50%. You do have your last laugh, Alarak. There's going to be that miniature black hole. Increase the Gravel Bomb 3000 radius by 25%, damage by 50%. Each hero pulled to the center reduces the cooldown by 12 seconds. 60-second cooldown baseline. We have the Precision Barrage for Nova. Lower cooldown, but a little bit of a delay between... Oh, no, that's Orbital Bombardment. Sorry, yeah. You just have charge cooldown reduced by 25 seconds, which is half. Because baseline cooldown is 50. Jug of 1,000 Cups popped by the Lily. As Gaflo looks to back away on the left-hand side away from this Bloodlust Rhaegar. Precision Strike goes down. Counter Strike. Alarak uses last laugh. He's going to go down to 1 HP, and Theoden, I think, knows, but is not going to be able to find the Alarak and get that bite on the butt. As Alarak did tap well. Lily's coming down here, but there's no way, yeah. There's no way. As another Viking will be taken down by the Zul'jin. Catapults are on core once again. Buzzsaw. You do have the monster within for Orphea. That is going to be Pit Fighter Rhaegar. Shake it off Lily, and you do have your Deadeye for the Ana. Jug of 1,000 Cups from Lily is active. They steal away this camp. Precision Strike goes down. Athletic Burst. Wow, that's a 1.5 second stun. Into a massive Discord Strike. Counter Strike. Black Hole misses completely. The Evil's trying to back away from these tower shots. As Orphea takes down 3 Vikings. Eternal Feast active with that monster within level 20. Catapults are on core, by the way. Longboat raid into the Orphea. Lily, the last defender. Catapults are cleared away. Nova discovers this Lily, and we have... this might take a little bit.
Finland! Hero slain. Red team dominated.
What's up, Umber? Good to see you, bud. Good to see you, Umber. Happy Saturday, sorry. There's no way. The Vikings have only picked up 11 globes? You're kidding me, dude. They have legit only picked up 11 globes. Catapults are trying to end. Zul'jin has a few autos, but will it be enough? Athletic Bird is going to let it end. Athletic Bird is letting it end. No, they don't. Never mind. I thought they actually were. Vikings are literally just feeding into this center gate thing. Precision Strike on the core from Nova. Precision Strike on the core. She has no vision. She can't.
Getting into position.
Alright, there's some late game stats for you if you want. Ensnare. And Gaflo's going to be able to back off on the left-hand side. Gaflo gets taken down. Kata's on core. This might just be GG right here, and it absolutely is. A 20-minute game yielding 64 kills. Or what? 66 kills. Sorry, that math. Wow.